All right, let's just jump right in. Picture this, a city on the edge, a clock ticking down, and a puzzle that feels absolutely impossible. Today, we're not just solving some riddle. Nope, we're actually going to uncover a powerful way of thinking that, believe it or not, powers the technology you use every single day. We are going to defeat a supervillain with math. So it all kicks off with one of the most famous puzzles in movie history, from Die Hard 3. The villain, Simon Gruber, lays out this seemingly impossible task for our heroes, and there's a bomb on the line. No measuring cups, no lines on the jugs, just 2 containers and a fountain. You get it wrong, and, well, you know.
So how would you do it? Really think about it. You've got a 5-gallon jug, a 3-gallon jug, and an entire city is counting on you to measure out exactly 4 gallons of water. Go on, take a second. The clock is ticking. Now, to solve this, we're not just going to guess and hope for the best. We're going to think like a computer scientist. We're going to build a blueprint of the entire problem. And this blueprint has a name. It's called a state machine.
A state machine sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's just a way of mapping out any step-by-step process. The state is just a snapshot in time. For us, that's how much water is in each jug. A transition is just an action that moves us from one state to another, like filling a jug or pouring water out.
And here's how you do it, all mapped out. We start with empty jugs. That's state 0. Then, through this clever sequence of filling, pouring, and emptying, we manage to trap exactly 2 gallons. From there, we fill the big jug again and use the little one to measure off exactly 1 more gallon, leaving us with our magic number, 4. And just like that, bomb defused.
Okay, that was pretty cool, right? But what if the problem was a trap? What if it was designed to be impossible from the start? Let's look at a new puzzle and see how we can spot a trick without having to test every single possibility out there.
So Simon's brother, who's just as twisted, by the way, is back. This time, you have a 9-gallon jug and a 3-gallon jug. The goal is the same, exactly 4 gallons. Now, is this possible? I mean, trying to map out every state could take forever. We need a shortcut, some kind of cheat code to understand the system's fundamental limits. This is where we get a mathematical superpower. It's called a preserved invariant. It's some property of the system that's true at the very beginning, and, this is the important part, it stays true no matter what you do. It's an unbreakable rule of the game. And if our goal violates that rule, we know right away it's impossible. Let's break this down. The amount of water in the jugs can change all day long. But here's the rule that never, ever breaks. We start with jugs whose sizes are multiples of 3, a 9 and a 3. Every action we can take, filling, pouring, anything, will only ever give us amounts that are also multiples of 3. That's our invariant. So can we get 4 gallons? No way. 4 is not a multiple of 3. We've just proven the puzzle is impossible without even taking a single step.
So this way of thinking, modeling systems, finding their unbreakable rules, it's not just for saving Bruce Willis in the movies. It is the fundamental logic that powers some of the most common technology we all use every single day.
Seriously, every time you press Control F to find a word or type something into a search bar, you are firing up a state machine. The program is looking for a specific pattern in a huge ocean of data, and it needs a precise step-by-step set of rules to do that. And the recipe for that search is often written in a special language called a regular expression, or just regex for short. It's basically a super compact way to describe any pattern you can imagine, whether it's an email address, a phone number, or just a simple word.
For example, the plus sign just means or. So cat plus dog tells the machine to find either the word cat or the word dog. Simple enough. The star, though, that means 0 or more times. So a pattern like go star D is really powerful. It matches GD, God, good, and on and on. It's a really precise language for finding patterns.
And this right here, this is the machine that follows that recipe. Think of it like a little Pac-Man chomping through a maze. Each circle is a state, and it moves from one state to the next based on the data it's reading, like a 0 or a 1. The whole thing has a fancy name, a deterministic finite automaton, or DFA, but all it does is follow the rules of the pattern. This specific one, for instance, is built to do one thing: find any string of data that has a 1 as its second to last character. It's the exact same logic as our water jugs, just applied to data instead.
Okay, so we can build these incredible machines to solve puzzles and find text, but how do we know they're perfect? I mean, how can we be absolutely 100% certain that they will work correctly for every possible thing we could throw at them? not just the few we tested.
This, right here, is one of the biggest questions in all of computer science. For a text search, a small bug is maybe just a little annoying. But what about the code that's flying a spacecraft or running a medical device? A bug there could be catastrophic. We need a way to achieve absolute, total certainty. Just testing a few examples is never going to be enough to guarantee perfection. We need a proof. But even proofs can be tricky. If we only prove that the winning state works, we might be missing the whole story. What if the program stumbles into the right answer for all the wrong reasons? Or even worse, what if there's a hidden bad state, a bug, that can be triggered in some weird way we never even thought of?
So here's the secret. This is the key to absolute certainty. You can't just prove that the finish line works. You have to prove the meaning of every single step along the way. In the biz, this is called strengthening the hypothesis. For each state in the machine, you define exactly what it remembers about the data it's seen. By building this unbreakable chain of logic, from the very start to the very end, you create an airtight proof that covers every possibility and guarantees the program is flawless.
Wow. Okay, so we started with a Hollywood bomb plot, and we've ended up at the absolute core of computational logic. Let's pull this all together.
So what have we really seen here? First, that any step-by-step process, from pouring water to searching text, can be mapped out as a state machine. Second, that finding those invariants, the system's unbreakable rules, lets us understand its limits in a flash. Third, that this exact same logic lets us build these incredible machines that find complex patterns for us. And finally, by proving the purpose of every single state, we can achieve something amazing: mathematical certainty that our code is perfect.
And that brings us to a final, really powerful question. This method, modeling a system, finding its unbreakable rules, and then proving its behavior, it's one of the most powerful tools for thinking ever invented. We've seen how it can give us perfect certainty with code. So what else is out there? What other complex systems, from biological networks to global economics, could we finally begin to truly understand, and maybe even master, if we applied this same rigorous way of thinking?